Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Paramananda Madhavam. What we are going to study now in this time span of 1.5 hours is the Gita dhyana shloka. It will be there in your book, Bhagavad Gita dhyana shloka. Traditionally, these verses are chanted before the study of Bhagavad Gita, and therefore, even though it is not part of the Bhagavad Gita, it is good to know them. These verses are prayer or an invocation. In fact, they are preparatory for us to enter into Bhagavad Gita. When I say preparatory, they make our mind and intellect, they make our minds ready for the study. And that's why I say preparatory. When we say invocation, what we do is that we connect our mind, we raise our mind, we connect our mind to the ultimate, God or reality, and even as we connect our mind that way to the highest, what happens is that we become ready for a sacred work, for a sacred study. What does invocation do? Sometimes invocation is used, we use the term prayer for invocation. But when we say prayer, usually what comes to our mind is some kind of begging. Is it not? Give me this, give me that. And hence, Pujya Gurudev, he uses the word invocation. When we invoke, something happens to us. We become tuned fine-tuned. In the radio you must have seen, you tune and then you fine-tune. Nowadays radio and all. But those of us who use radio know there is a tuning thing and then there's a fine-tuning thing. So you go to that frequency and then once you reach that nearby range, you fine-tune. And when you fine-tune, what happens? You get the perfect sound. The reception is perfect. The same way, the invocation makes you perfect. And the psychology behind this, in Vedanta we use two terms, is to take your heart and to take your head and make them united. The language of the heart is love. The language of the head is respect. When love and respect come together, then we use the word devotion. Love is there. Love is a different emotion. Respect is a different emotion. In respect, we see value. In respect, we see a higher position of something. In love, we see a kind of connection which fills the heart with joy. In respect, a kind of connection is created wherein we see value. Where value is there, where joy is there, focus happens. When you see joy, focus. But where joy is there, but if respect is not there, the focus will not be long-standing. The same way, when respect is there, focus will be there. But if love is not there, then again the focus will not be long-standing. To create a long-standing, durable connection with something, what is required is the presence of both the head and the heart. And when the head and the heart come together, they become united. They come in unison. When the attunement happens, then there is perfection in the connection. In Sanskrit, we use two terms, mat chittaha, mat paraha. You will see these words coming in the Bhagavad Gītā also. Mat chittaha. The heart is tuned to the Lord with love. Mat paraha. The head is tuned to the Lord with respect. Paraha, higher pedestal. In respect, you put in higher pedestal. But sometimes love can be lacking in respect. In love, you may not put a higher pedestal. But the joy and the intensity of connection is very strong. And the joy aspect is more predominant in love. The joy aspect and the respect aspect come together, then you say mat chittaha, mat paraha. And how does one achieve that? Through this technique called invocation. All right? So what we are doing now is to get our head and the heart both connected to Bhagavad Gītā. Not just the head, not just the heart, both the head and the heart together in unison. These verses, the Gita dhyana shlokas, are traditionally considered to be composed by Sri Madhusudana Saraswati. He was one of the great Advaitins and a great Bhakta also. Okay? It was a very unique combination of both devotion and jnana. Sometimes we have jnana more. Sometimes we have devotion more in somebody. But if devotion and jnana, both of them come together, the person outshines. Sri Madhusudana Saraswati has been one of the greatest shining stars in the firmament of Vedantic literature. His compositions such as Advaita Siddhi have stood the test of time. Also other texts what he has written on devotion and all. And even in Advaita Siddhi, he starts the invocation with such beautiful verses of devotion to Sri Krishna. And you can see that, how he revels in devotion and knowledge together. And he becomes a person of emulation to all seekers also. So with this few words of introduction to the invocation, let us go into the invocation. Ved can chant the shlokas and then you can repeat, and afterwards we will see the meaning.
Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam
Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam
Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina
Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina
Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayiniim Ambatvāmanusandadhāmi
Ambatvāmanusandadhāmi
Bhagavad Gīte Bhavadveshiniim
Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. Is that switched off? Okay. Some echo is there. Om. That's how it starts. Shall we chant the verse together? Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavati Ashtadashadhyayiniim Ambatvāmanusandadhāmi
Bhagavad Gīte
Bhavadveshini. Om. Beginnings with Om. Om is a single syllable name of God. Everything we want to give a name, is it not? Why? When we utter the name, the object comes to our mind. Goat, elephant, television. Naming ceremony we do first. A child is born also, first we give name. Because our minds work in such a way that a word captures a thought. So Om is a name that we give to God. I'm not going to tell you why we give that name Om to God. Why not some other thing? It will come. Slowly, slowly. But Om is a name of God. And uttering Om is first invoking God in our hearts. Om. When we also start our session with Om. People use Om for various purposes. Sometimes they use Om for pranayam, deeper breath, longer breath. But the highest purpose of Om is to bring God in your heart. So when you chant Om, how do you chant Om? You chant Om, fine. But how do you keep your mind connected to the higher? Connected to the Lord. And then bring the Lord to your heart. What can be a greater purifying presence than the Lord in your heart? Om. This first verse tells you about the Bhagavad Gita. What is the nature of Bhagavad Gita in all its various facets? Parthaya pratibodhitam. Parthaya, for Partha, pratibodhitam. Pratibodhitam was taught to Partha. Who's Partha? Partha is Arjuna. Most of you are familiar with the Mahabharata story, so I am not going to tell who is Arjuna. Okay? If you are not familiar with the Mahabharata story, for some reason, possible, Pujya Gurudeva has given a very nice introduction to Mahabharata in the book you can see. I think page number 36, if I remember well. Later you can check up the page. So, there, I think in a span of 22 pages, Gurudev has summarized the entire Mahabharata for us. And that we all should make a point to read. Parthaya pratibodhitam. Why is Arjuna called Partha here? Because Bhagavan Sri Krishna's father Vasudeva, Vasudeva's sister is Pritha, Partha is son of Pritha, Prithayaha putraha. So meaning, you are related to me. Blood is thicker than water. Partha. Not only that, Pritha name for Kunti, na? Vasudeva's sister. And how was Pritha? How was Kunti? Arjuna's mother, how was she? She was a person who told Sri Krishna, I don't mind problems after problems because every problem gives me in every problem I can think of you. And therefore, thinking of you, I forget the problem, and thinking of you is such a great joy. And therefore, please give me more and more problems. Vipadas santu shashvad. Continuously give me problems. Why? I can think of you, and when I think of you, what a great joy. The one who chose God. And Arjuna was no less. When it was asked, some of you may know the story. Duryodhana is there. Arjuna is there. Both of them have gone to take support for Bhagavan Sri Krishna for the Mahabharata war. And Duryodhana asked for what? The whole army you give. And Arjuna asked for what? I don't want the army. And even if you say I am not going to fight the war, it doesn't matter. I want you. One who chose God. One who chose Bhagavan Sri Krishna. In other words, one whose goal and love is foremost the Lord, a devotee. The Upanishads say, Yame Vaisha Vrunute tena labhya. Who gets this ultimate reality? Who gets the supreme reality? God, reality, Brahman, Ishvara, whatever name you may use, it doesn't matter. Who gets? One who seeks gets. A beautiful line in the Bible. Seek and it shall be. Ask and it shall be given. Knock and it shall be opened. The one who asks for God gets God. To such a person, Parthaya Pratibodhitam. That Pratibodhitam, Bodhitam means taught. Pratibodhitam means what? He asked for it. When he asked for it, it was given. Spiritual knowledge is not given unless asked. And you should not give it without being asked. That call should come in everyone's heart. And when that call comes in one's heart, then one will ask. And when it is asked, the Guru shall definitely give. Arjuna surrendered to Sri Krishna. We'll be seeing in the second chapter. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. I am your disciple. Please protect me. So in that way, throughout life, both of them were friends only. Sri Krishna could have taught this knowledge any time. But when did Sri Krishna teach? When asked, he taught. Parthaya Pratibodhitam. So who is a student here? Partha, Arjuna. And what are the characteristics of Arjuna? The one who asked, one who sought, one who had that yearning. yearning. So such is a student. Now the question is, we are also to be thus. Invocation, connection. We are to be thus. If we want to receive the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. So what we should do? Become Partha. And become Partha means what? Have that seeking. Have that surrender for the knowledge. And seek it with full sincerity, like how Arjuna asked. And then we will also be taught. And who taught him? Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Lucky guy. He was taught by none other than Bhagavan Narayana. Naranam ayanamiti Narayanaha. Sometimes I may be giving this kind of expressions also. These are for those people who already know some amount of Sanskrit. For others who do not know, I will be translating into English also. Naranam ayanam. Ayanam means ayanam, abode. Naranam ayanam. Nara, human being. He who is, he, she, it is not there. That word is not there. The reality does not have any gender, but yet some usage. The Lord is who? Narayana is who? One who is our abode. One who is our abode means what? One who is our home. Home means what? Where we finally go and rest. Where even after a holiday we want to go. Because there we feel absolutely at ease. That is our home. So Lord is called Narayana. Why is the Lord called Narayana? Because that is our ultimate place where we feel completely at ease. And such a Lord, he himself taught Arjuna. Very lucky. So Partha is a student, Bhagavan is a guru. And when Bhagavan taught Arjuna the wisdom of the Gita, definitely Bhagavan would not have taught Ashocyananvashocastvam prajñāvādansya bhāshase gatāsūna gatāsūnsya nānushochanti panditaha āpūryamanam achala pratishtam samudramāpa pravishant. Do you think Bhagavan chanted like this? Impossible. Imagine two armies standing, and in the middle, if some shloka chanting is going on. No. The message Sri Krishna gave in a short, succinct form which inspired Arjuna to get back to his duty after his doubts got clarified by the supreme wisdom that was given to him. But then there was one reporter. These reporters are everywhere. And this reporter who knows everything, because such was the power of knowledge. He had that, that yogic power, that siddhi he had, that power whereby he could see what was happening. Actually speaking, it is said Bhagavan Narayana's one more avatar, simultaneous avatar, was Veda Vyasa. So what did Veda Vyasa do? What Bhagavan taught. What Bhagavan taught means what? What Bhagavan said. But in a battlefield, how much can you say to elaborate in detail? Time is not there. So whatever Bhagavan taught, whatever Bhagavan taught, whatever Arjuna knew, whatever Arjuna felt, Vyasena gratita. Gratita means he composed. Definitely the verses, the communication between Sri Krishna and Arjuna was not in the form of verses. But what did Veda Vyasa do? He versified them. Vyasena gratita. But did he have any prior experience before he did it? Purana Munina. He was the Muni of the Puranas. He was the Muni of the Puranas means what? He composed all the Puranas even before. Was it difficult for him? All the Puranas means what? 18 Puranas are there. And the 18 Puranas, there are 18, minor, these are major Puranas. Major Skanda Purana, etc., etc. Major Puranas. Then minor Puranas are also there. All 18, so many Puranas. Not only that, he had composed the Brahma Sutras. And such a Purana, the Muni of the Puranas, the ancient Muni or the Muni of the Puranas. The word Purana also means Pura Api Nava. Pura Api Nava means what? Even though it is ancient, still he has that ability to make it new for us. Old is gold, they say. But even that old gold we polish and keep it fresh. The ancient message, he who has got the capacity to keep it fresh for the generation, because every generation is slightly different from the previous generation, even though the problems are the same. The problems of our grandfathers, grandfather, and us, same problems are there. Ignorance, anger, feeling of incompleteness, insecurities, tension. They were tensed about the bullock cart, whether they will get it in time. We may be tensed about getting the flight in time. But tension is same. the one who can give the very same ancient message in a way it is understandable to the present generation, to the generation of the times. Pura api nava. Purana munina. So, Partha is a student. Bhagavan himself is a teacher. And who is the composer of the text? Vyasa. Vyasena Gritam Purana Munina. And where did he present this text, the Bhagavad Gita? Madhye Mahabharatam. And he placed it in the middle of the Mahabharata. Why did he place it in the middle of the Mahabharata? Like a gem which is placed in the middle of a garland. It adds beauty to the garland, and the garland adds beauty to the gem. Is it not? He made the Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita so much interlocked with each other. The Mahabharata became the setting, the Bhagavad Gita became the jewel. The Mahabharata is called Panchamaha Vedaha. The Vedas, we all know, is held in the highest reverence, and nothing can equal the Veda. But Mahabharata is called the fifth Veda. Madhye Mahabharatam. The Veda is source of all knowledge. When we say Mahabharata is the fifth Veda, what do you mean? The Mahabharata is a very repository of knowledge. And in that repository of knowledge, he kept the Bhagavad Gita in the middle. The Mahabharata has got 18 chapters called Parvas. 18 main sections called Parva. One of them is the Bhishma Parva. In the Bhishma Parva, it is from chapter 25 to 42. 25 to 42. Almost, so to say, in the geometric center, as our Gurudev says. Madhye Mahabharatam. Alright? So, student is who? Partha. Teacher is who? Teacher is who? Sri Krishna, Bhagavan himself. And who put all the thoughts of Sri Krishna and Arjuna for us in the form of text? Veda Vyasa. In which text it is found? Mahabharata. Look at this. And what does this text contain? Advaitamrita Varshini. This text contains the message of Advaita. Advaita, non-duality. Advaita, Amrita, the nectar of non-duality. And this text does not sprinkle for you give a little bit of Advaita. Advaitamrita Varshini. Varshini means what? It showers on you. Pade Pade, every word of it is throbbing with the message of Advaita Vedanta. What is that Advaita Vedanta? The very conclusive message of the Upanishads. As expressed to the Mahavakya such as Tattvamasi, that thou art. Ayam Atma Brahma, the self is Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi, the self is a supreme Brahman. Prajnanam Brahma, the consciousness is Brahman. These are Mahavakyas. Mahavakya means what? Literally, Mahavakya means great statement. But all these statements, whatever I told, are very small statements. Tattvamasi, 3 words. But they are called great. Why? Because they contain the greatest message, the final message of the Upanishads, the Vedas themselves. And therefore they are called as Mahavakyas. And these Mahavakyas, what do they present? They present the Advaitic wisdom. Advaita. Dvaita, duality. Advaita, non-duality. What do you mean non-duality? we have a natural sense of duality. I, you. I, the world. Subject, object. And then throughout life, what do? The subject me goes behind the object, or the subject me runs away from the object. The object is there, I divide into two. Like, dislike. Then what I like, I go behind. And then what does that object do? That object runs away. What I don't like, I run away. What does that object do? It comes behind me. And this conundrum is called as life. I, the object. Meaning I and the world, we differentiate. And differentiating myself from the world of objects, I live a life of fear, insecurity, incompleteness, want, so on and so forth. And what does this knowledge do? This knowledge unites. This knowledge unites means what? This knowledge takes away the differentiation between me and the world and makes it one. The subject-object dichotomy is broken. Swamiji, it is so important to do this or what? Subject-object dichotomy. Me and my wife are different. Any problem? Me and my children. Me and this object. Me and you, different. Any problem? What is the problem? Let there be difference. All problems come from difference. All solutions come from unity. Oneness is joy. Division is pain. What is love? Love is a sense of oneness. What is hate? It is a sense of division. Whatever emotions bring us together, we feel happy. Whatever emotions take us away, we feel unhappy. When we meet somebody, what do we do first? How are you? What are we trying to do? Establish contact. And then we ask, where are you from? I'm from Kerala. Oh, you're from Kerala? I'm also from Kerala. Kerala, you are also from Kerala. Where are you from? Thrissur. Oh, Thrissur. Oh. Immediately you must see the face shine. Thrissur where? And then the fellow says some other place. And you say, oh, but still we are from Thrissur. Oneness is our natural state. In ignorance, we have divided ourselves. Where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let me awake. Isn't it? We all seek oneness. And we try in so many ways, but it doesn't happen. But true oneness comes from actual clarity of the real nature of the self and the real nature of the world and the real nature of God. Jiva, individual, Jagat, world, Ishvara, God, one and the same. What did I say? Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, one and the same. And this knowledge, Varshini, it showers. Advaitamrita Varshini, Bhagavati, Bhagavati divine. Bhagavatasyayam. Bhagavan himself has given. Advaitamrita Varshini, Bhagavati. And is it some one complete whole mass of total knowledge thrown on you in such a way that you get frightened and do not know how to manage it. No. Ashtadashadhyayini, divided into 18 chapters in such a way you will have joy of completing one chapter per month. Ashtadashadhyayini. Ashta, 8, Ashtadasha, Dasha, 10, 8 plus 10, 18, Ashtadasha, Adhyaya, chapters, having 18 chapters. Swamiji, why is everything 18, 18, 18, 18? How many Puranas are there, you said? 18. On Upa Puranas? 18, okay. Mahabharata, how many chapters? 18. Acha, Bhagavad Gita, how many chapters? 18. And something interesting. Indo-Pakistan war, which happened long back. First one was also, how many days? 18. Why this 18, family repeating? What is this 18? In a certain form of calculating numbers in our ancient tradition, the word Jaya means victory. That is 18. You can ask our professors here, they will tell you how the word Jaya is 18. The word Jaya, 18, if you calculate in a certain way. In our traditional Sanskrit Indian way of counting. And therefore, the word 18 is indicative of victory. Victory, success, fulfillment, completion. And thus, the entire Bhagavad Gita is in 18 chapters. Shall we chant the first 3 lines together? Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavati Ashtadashadhyayini. Amba. Look at that word. Amba. Mother. I consider you as my mother. Mother, one place where we can be unconditionally loved. Yes or no? One place. Father also you are judged. Mother, no. You can be as you are, and she will help you grow without making you feel low of yourself. That is the mother's technique of making you grow. Father, not this way. This is not right. Is this a way? Absolutely wrong. Like your mother you are. Mother, never. Made a mistake. No, that is correct only. Everybody tells that is wrong. She says it's correct. Not that she doesn't know it is wrong, but God has made her that way. To love you so fully, and in that all-encompassing love, you change without knowing that you are changing. Amba. Throughout Gita, you are not going to be judged. Because mother, but she will shower you with so much of nourishing love. She will gift herself to you. Amba Tvam. Anusandadami. Anusandadami, I do sandhana of you. I do anusandhana. I keep remembering you. What is the meaning of remembering the Gita? Remembering the thoughts. The word, what you call the prefix anu means thereafter. What do you mean with thereafter? Don't open the Bhagavad Gita yourself. Study from a teacher. And then, anu is paschat, we say. Thereafter. Why? It may look so easy. It may look very simple, but it is highly profound. Somebody has to gift you, open it out for you, and show you what is there inside that. I learn from my teacher, and I am reflecting upon it. Bhagavad Gita, hey Bhagavad Gita, oh mother, I keep reflecting upon the thoughts that you have shared. Bhavadveshinim. Bhavadveshinim, Bhava, the realm of change. Bhava, samsara. Bhavadveshinim, dvesha, you love me, but you hate samsara. You hate what? You hate that which troubles me. That's mother. Oh mother, you hate those scores of troubles which come without a break, non-stop. You hate that. And you will put an end to samsara. Have you heard this word samsara? Samsara? Samsara has got many meanings. Samsara, as I said, bhava or whatever, realm of change. Moment to moment we change. Whereas what we seek is changelessness, completeness, fullness we seek. We seek a changeless, a state of full happiness and no sorrow. So that is one change. But what is our life? Moment to moment. Joy, sorrow, joy, sorrow, joy, sorrow. Or joy, sorrow. Sorrow. Joy. This change. That is samsara. And we are not happy, we have not reached our fulfillment. In search of joy, we continue not just in this life, but since we are not found, again and again we do the same search called rebirth. That is also bhava, change. You who put an end to my suffering, bhava. You who put an end to my continuous search life after life, bhava, I offer what? Nice salutations. I reflect upon you, mother. I think about you. I serve you. In this way, the first verse. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Namunina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavati Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. In Vedanta, we have a concept called Anubanda Chatushtaya. Please note this down. Anubanda Chatushtaya. This is one more word for your dictionary. Anubanda Chatushtaya. Chatushtaya, fourfold. fourfold. Chatushtaya. Anubandha, one word. Anubandha Chatushtaya. Fourfold Chatushtaya. Anubandha, what is connected? What is associated? What is put right at the beginning of the text? To give you certain critical information. Like, for whom is this text? Meaning, who is the right person to study? We see na, 5th standard text should be done after 4th standard. Geography, meaning if you want to study geography, you should go to that book. Geography. Certain things like for whom, what is the subject? What will one get from studying? Etc. etc. Fourfold things are there. I will now tell you, enumerate them for you. One is adhikari. Adhikari, the suitable student, the qualified person. Adhikari. Vishaya, subject matter. Sambandha, simply put, where do I get it? Where do I get it? Get what? That Vishaya, that subject matter. Where do I get that subject matter? Adhikari, Vishaya, Sambandha. Have you noted down these terms? Can you tell me? Adhikari, Vishaya, Sambandha. Next is Prayojana, result. Any textbook of Vedanta, first this will be told. Prayojana, result. So shall we translate these words? Anubanda Chatushtaya. Translate that. Fourfold initial specifications. Okay? Fourfold initial specifications. I am taking freedom to translate. Fourfold initial specifications. Okay? Anubanda Chatushtaya. What are the four? Adhikari. How do you translate adhikari? Qualified person to study. Vishaya. What is Vishaya? Subject matter. What is Sambandha? Sambandha literally means connection. But I am translating it. Where do you get it? Sambandha. Little freedom I am taking. And Prayojana is result. Now, my question to you is that find these four in this verse. I will give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes, no, 1 minute. Check out. I'll give you time, think in your mind and in your pencil or whatever you note down in your book and see whether you have got the right answers. Adhikari, Vishaya, Sambandha, Prayojana. See how much you're getting right. Somebody stop talking for some time. You can think. Okay. Got it? Adhikari, Partha. Very good. Adhikari, Partha. Meaning, I should be that Partha. Vishaya, Advaitamrita Varshinim. Advaita. The knowledge of non-duality. Knowledge of non-duality, knowledge of myself not being limited, but myself being the complete non-dual reality. Subject, object, dichotomy put to an end. I am not the subject. That is not the object. The subject and object, one. Meaning, I am not finite. Advaita. So, Adhikari over, Vishaya over. Prayojana, let us go to the fourth one. Bhavadveshini. Putting an end to bhava, samsara. How many got all the three correct? Raise your hand. Good. How many? Two correct? Good. One correct? Very good. Sambandha. Sambandha, what did I say? Where do you get? Meaning, this Advaita Vishaya, okay, subject matter, where do I get? Where? You get it from this mother, Amba, Bhagavad Gita. Where is she? In the middle of the Mahabharata. In other words, the subject of Advaita, which is being taught, is taught where? Taught in the Bhagavad Gita. Meaning, you study the Bhagavad Gita, you get Advaita knowledge. So, where do I get this Advaita? Where do I get this Vishaya? I will get it from Bhagavad Gita. Alright? So, this verse gives the Anubanda Chatushtaya. It's a little technical point. Alright, shall we go to the next verse? What does the next verse say? First verse spoke about the Bhagavad Gita. Right? The second verse speaks about the great composer of the author of the text. Is it not? Author of the text. And who's author of the text? Veda Vyasa. Let us read the verse.
नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे
नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र
येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः नमोऽस्तु ते व्यास. Okay. Hey Vyasa, to you, look at the word, not to that Vyasa, to you. Because it is dhyana. In dhyana, what do? You bring it to your heart. Meditation, what you do? Upasana, you bring it to your heart. Oh Veda Vyasa, where is he? Seated in my heart, right in front of my mental eyes. Namaha, salutations. And who is he? Vishala Buddhe. Vishala Buddhe, one whose intelligence is so vast. Vishala Buddhi. The author of such texts, we wonder, today they wonder, how can one person could have written all these? Such a vast knowledge. The entire, why is he called Vyasa? We, us means to throw, to divide. One who divided the Vedas. One who divided the Vedas means what? Unless you know all the Vedas, how can you do that? Ananta vai Veda. Then he divided them into Rig, Yaju, Sama, Atharva. In order that people can focus on portions of it, because he saw people are forgetting. They are not able to learn all of them. He divided. Now you study this. You teach this to your disciples. Now you study Yajurveda. You teach to one who is the compiler of the Vedas. Number one. One who is the author of the Mahabharata. 2. One who is the author of the Brahma Sutras. 3. Very interesting. We speak of Veda as Shruti. He is connected with that. We talk of Smriti. Those kind of texts, certain kind of texts are called Smritis. Bhagavad Gita, he is the author of that. One is a compiler, another is author. And then we talk of Brahma Sutra as a third important canonical text of Vedanta. Those of you who know, he is the author of that. He is connected with the Shruti, the Smriti, and the Nyaya text. The Prasthanatraya is connected. 2 author, 1 compiler. And in addition to that, so many texts which people who do not have that kind of intellectual acumen to go into these original texts, they also can study. He put them in the Puranas. 18 Puranas, then 18 sub-Puranas. Unimaginable work. And then he thought, how can I get all of them together in one place in a way it is enjoyable in a story format, which is also historical. See, what is the combination he thought of? Mahabharata. Vishala Buddhi. Pullara Vindayata Patra Netra. Whose netra, eyes, or what? Ayata. Ayata large, like what? Like the petal of a full-blown lotus. Pullara, pulla, aravinda, ayata, patra, netra. You can see the book, how you can understand. Whose eyes are like the meaning. That is a beautiful of beauty, the radiant face. One is mind, another is form. And what did he do? For this entire culture, he lit the lamp of knowledge. Jnanamaya pradipaha prajvalitaha. He lit for the culture, the knowledge he lit, the lamp. And for that lamp, a lamp requires oil. What is the oil he put? He put Mahabharata as the taila. Yena tvaya bharata taila purnaha prajvalito jnanamaya pradipaha. Salutations unto you, Veda Vyasa, of large wisdom, whose eyes are radiant whose eyes are large and beautiful like the full-blown lotus petal, who lit for this entire culture the lamp of knowledge for humanity with the oil of Mahabharata. Those who have glanced at least 1 or 2 chapters of Mahabharata know. There's a beautiful statement, Yidihasti tadanyatra. What is there here in Mahabharata can be elsewhere. Yen na iha asti na tat kvachit. And what is not there here, it has no scope of being anywhere else. Such is Mahabharata. The Panchamo Veda. So in the second verse, we have salutations to Veda Vyasa. So first salutations to Bhagavad Gita, second salutations to Veda Vyasa, and third salutations to the teacher. The text, right? The author, then the teacher. Let us read. 3, 4, 5 together.
Prapanna parijataya
Prapanna parijataya
totra vetraikapanaye
totra vetraikapanaye
Jnanamudraya Krishnaya
Jnanamudraya Krishnaya
Gītāmritaduhe namaha
Gītāmritaduhe namaha
Sarvopanishado gavo
Upanishado gavo
Dogdha gopalanandanaha
Dogdha gopalanandanaha
Partho vatsas sudhir bhokta
Partho vatsas sudhir bhokta
Dugdham Gītāmritam mahat
Dugdham Gītāmritam mahat
Vasudevasutam devam
Vasudevasutam devam
Kamsachanuramardanam
Kamsachanuramardanam
Devaki Paramanandam
Devaki Paramanandam
Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum
Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. Now coming to the teacher, who is none other than Lord Krishna, Prapanna Parijataya, verse 3. One who is a Parijata. Parijata is a Deva Vriksha, a tree from the heavens which blesses anybody for with whatever they ask, unconditionally. Meaning, one who fulfills all the wishes of the devotees. All the wishes of the devotee. Therefore, be careful what you ask. Prapanna parijataya. In other words, Lord Himself. He may look to be a human being, but in truth, He is the Lord Himself. For who but the Lord can fulfill all wishes? Ishvara's nature is pointed out. But its utter simplicity. How is He? Totra vetraikapanaye. He is having in his hand pani. What is He having? He is having, for cows and all, no? They have something, no, with that stick. And the end they have some thread kind of thing with a knot in the end. Totra. And then one stick also. Totra vetra. That is what he is carrying. But don't you mistake him. Jnanamudraya Krishnaya. In another hand, who is he? He is Jagatguru himself, having the Jnanamudra. What is the Jnanamudra? This is the Jnanamudra. This is the individual. You, we say. The individual. I, individual. And without this, none of these fingers will function efficiently. So this stands for that consciousness, life principle. This individual, this is life principle. And this stands for the body, gross body, then the mind, the subtle body, and then the causal body of vasanas. At this point of time, you will get to know what this causal body, gross body and all little later. But gross body, I'm sure all of you know. Subtle body, you also know. Mind. Causal body is that which gives the direction to the mind, vasanas. At this point of time, the individual is identified with the gross body, subtle body, causal body. And that is how the individual is like this. And God, consciousness, is separate. Separate. Even though without consciousness, nothing can function. You can't even lift anything without this thumb, is it not? Can I lift only with this finger? Difficult. But this finger is there. Even my small finger is sufficient. I can lift. This is God finger. Consciousness. The individual, which is now connected with the gross body, subtle body, causal body, moves away from them and comes and forms and circle the symbol of infinity. Turn away from your identification with the body, mind and intellect and move to your real nature of pure consciousness. This is called Jnana, but in the form of a mudra. What is mudra? Mudra is a symbol, is a physical symbol for a deeper truth. In dance and all, they use all these symbols. Na? Even in our normal language, we use. What is this? Wavy. How is his hair? Wavy hair. Be careful. Is it not? Did you do it? All of them are physical symbols. They are mudra. This is the Raja, king of all mudras, and that is the Jnanamudra. It stands for Guru. Jnanamudraya. And how did he give this knowledge to Sri Krishna? Gita amrita duhe namaha. By milking the amrita of Gita, he gave this knowledge. And how did he milk this amrita of Gita? For milking, you need cows. Where is the cows? Sarvopanishado gavo. All the Upanishads, he made them cows. But the cows will not give milk. There is a person who is required to get the milk, is it not? From the cows. He himself became that milk. The milkman doesn't look good. He himself became that cow herd, meaning he nourished the cows. He took care of them, meaning he took care of the Upanishads. He ensured that there are sufficient recipients for them. He took care of all the Upanishads, the cows. Dogdha Gopala Nandanaha. This Gopala Nandana, Sri Krishna, himself became that cow herd, nourishing the culture of the Upanishads. But these cows don't give milk just because cow herd is there. In their heart, that love should come. And when will the love come for the cows to give their milk? Not like those, machines which put product and they take it, palm things. You have to get the calf near. And then automatically she will give that milk. And who is the calf? Parthaha Vatsaha. Arjuna became the calf. But the calf does not drink all the milk. The calf drinks his, and then rest is available for the whole community. Is it not? And who are those rest? Sudhihi Bhokta. We are all. Bhokta, we are the enjoyers of this milk of the Advaita, which Sri Krishna got from the Upanishads. We. Sudhihi means what? Those who have got that purified minds, that seeking. But different cows, milk also different. Red, brown color cow, what milk you get? Brown milk. Black color cow, what milk you get? Black. White, no. Milk is one. Gita, Amritam, Mahatu, lot of milk. Available for generations. Nice. Sarvopanishado Gavaha. All the Upanishads are the cows. The cow herd is Sri Krishna. And the calf is Arjuna. Keeping Arjunam nimitti kritya. Sri Shankaracharya will say in his commentary, keeping Arjuna as only an excuse for this knowledge, or through Arjuna for all of us. And we are all the enjoyers, the beneficiaries of this great wisdom of Advaita, which is the milk of all the Upanishads. Milk of all the Upanishads, the great nourishing power of the Upanishads. All right. And who is this Sri Krishna? As his avatar, Vasudeva Sutam, son of Vasudeva. Devaki Paramanandam, great delighter of Devaki, mother. Should delight the mother. Otherwise, what is the children? If children give sorrow to the parents. Vasudeva Sutam, Devaki Paramanandam. And what is Avatara Karya? Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. He killed, finished off all the demons of those times, demoniac personalities of those times. Avatara is meant for the Lord coming is destruction of the wicked also, is it not? And not only the protection of the good. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. And who is this? Krishnam Devam, the Supreme Lord, consciousness itself, himself, Vande Jagatguru. Bhagavan Shri Krishna, even though he finished Kamsa, Chanura and all, final work what he did, the most important work what he did, he became Jagatguru. Krishnam Vande Jagatguru. How did he become Jagatguru? By providing Bhagavad Gita for the entire Jagat. If not for Gita, Sri Krishna cannot be Jagatguru. So who made Bhagavan Sri Krishna Jagatguru? It is Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna. And Arjuna, why? We all. Because Bhagavan knew that we all will be there wanting to study Gita. Right? So we made Arjuna. Arjuna made Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita made Sri Krishna Jagatguru. Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. Okay? In the next verse, the entire Mahabharata is presented in the form of a metaphor. Let us read that verse.
भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला
Madronatata Jayadratha
गान्धारनीलोत्पला
Dharanilotpala
शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी
Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahani
कर्णेन वेलाकुला
Karnena Velakula
अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा
Ashwattama Vikarna Ghora Makara
दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
Duryodhana Vartini
सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी
Sotirna Kalu Pandavai Rananadi
कैवर्तकः केशवः
Kaivartaka Keshavaha. Such a very difficult life. But the Pandavas, Mahabharata, Pandava, Kaurava, right? That story. The Pandavas could come successfully in their life because the helmsman for a boat, for a ship, somebody who is guiding, the helmsman they call, that they made Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Make the Lord the helmsman. Helmsman? Helms. What do you call any other word for that? Boatman is not good. Helmsman is better. Bhishma Drona Tata Jayadrata Jala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalyagrahavati Kripenava Karnena Velakula Ashwattama Vikarna Gora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Kalu Pandavai Rananadi. Rana is battle. Rana Nadi, the river of battle. The metaphor. Battle is metaphorically presented as a river. And a river will have two banks because within the banks the river goes. Who are those two banks? Bhishma and Drona. The two generals, important generals of the Mahabharata war. One for 10 days, another for 5 days. The others, very few, little Ashwattama, Karna and all, very short duration. But between Bhishma and Drona, the entire battle was led forward. They became like the embankments for the river of Mahabharata. And what was the water? Jayadrata Jala. Much of the time was spent behind this Jayadrata fellow. Jayadrata Jala. And that Shakuni, Gandhara Nilotpala, he looked like that blue lotus, so attractive for these Kauravas. Blue lotus very attractive. Mahabharata war, the Kauravas, they started them. The Kauravas only started the war. And attractive, this fellow Shakuni. Shalyagrahavati. Shalya was like the shark. Kripena Vahani. And Kripa was like the tide of that river. Karnena Velakula. And the mountainous waves that rose in this terrifying river of unimaginable danger was Karna. Karnena Velakula. And what about those Makaraha, those alligators or crocodiles? Ashwattama Vikarna Gora Makara. Look at the words also. Ashwattama Vikarna. They were those terrible crocodiles and alligators which are found in that dangerous river. And there are whirlpool also in this kind of big rivers which suck you in and take you in and put an end to you. Duryodhana Vartini. Those tragic whirlpools. Duryodhana. Such a terrible river they had been forcibly put inside. But lucky they had a boat. And that boat, they were lucky. They had a wonderful navigator. Got the word. And who was that? Kaivartakaha Keshavaha. They were lucky. And look at this word. Sotirna Kalu Pandavai. Did not the Pandavas cross over this most difficult and dangerous circumstance of their life? Why? Because they had the right person to guide them. Would you also like to make this Lord the person to guide your life? Even though we don't have such a tragic Mahabharata in our life. Swamiji, I have worse things. All right. I agree. But do you want? Did not Sri Krishna help the Pandavas? Do you want the Lord to guide you through your Mahabharata? Swamiji, who is Bhishma? Who is Drona? Who is Jayadrata? Who is Gandhara? Who is Shalya? Who is Kripa? Who is Karna? Who is Ashwattama? Vikarna? Duryodhana? Who? Swamiji, who is Pandava? I cannot do that justification now. But that is homework for you. Swamiji, where can we study this? I told you. Page 36 to 50. Page 27 to 56. Please see. There is. Huh? Maybe edition must have changed. Editions have changed. All right. Please look at that. Swamiji, our Gurudev, has given the whole Mahabharata in that. And there you will get all these people. You see what they did. Meaning, such terrible people they had to face in their life. What did I say? Such terrible people they had to face in their life, and still they managed. And you and I face not a Duryodhana, not a Dushasana, not a Vikarna, not a Shalya. We have better people around. Indeed, they managed their life so well because they had the Lord to guide. Make the Lord your navigator. All will be well. Okay? We stop here now. We are at 1. Few more verses are there for the dhyana shloka. We'll take up in the evening and then we go into the first chapter. Okay? Shall we read these verses? Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata. One minute. Parthaya Pratibodhitam. What is the next word? Bhagavatam. Bhagavata. Not Bhagavatam. Please see carefully. Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Puranam Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. This verse is for Bhagavad Gita. Next verse, Veda Vyasa. Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullara Vindayata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamayah Pradipaha. Then on Shri Krishna. Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraika Panaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha. And how did he get Gita Amrita? Next verse.
Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopalanandanaha partho vatsasudhir bhokta dugdham Gītāmritam mahat vasudevasutam devam kamsachanuramardanam devaki paramanandam Krishnam vande jagatgurum bhishmadrona tata jayadrata jala gandhara nilotpala shalyagrahavati kripena vahani karnena velakula ashvathama vikarna ghora makara Duryodhanavartini sotirna kalu pandavairananadi kaivartaka keshavaha.
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ